Hello everyone. To continue with the dhyana, which is essentially mind training, and it is a Buddhist path. It originated as a teaching of the Buddha. Of dhyana is to really understand the truth. But for a lot of people, maybe they don't really think about the truth so much, because people are more concerned with immediate issues. We human beings tend to think of short-term things. We don't really seem to we don't seem to invest our time and energy on long-term and bigger picture. So for the time being, I believe that a lot of people want to do some sort of mind training to counter immediate issues such as anxiety or depression or sleeplessness. We, the modern people, the 21st century people, even though in many ways things are supposedly have improved, but somehow we human beings the modern human beings have lost a lot of mental resilience. So one of the reasons why we have lost our resilience, one of the reasons why we are so stressed or anxious or depressed is in our life, there's something called value, something that we hold dear, something we regard very highly, something that we think very important. You know, this value, this value or values, they did not come with us when we were born. These values entered in our life because we have been taught and educated, brainwashed. I don't know. That's how we develop these values. From the kindergarten onwards, all the way until you finish your Ivy League position, you learn values. And then along the way, we also pick up lots of other values. You know, we were never born valuing Hermes bag. The problem with these values is it makes you lose what we call contentment. Another thing that this value creates is something called perfectionism. Many of you Hong Kong mothers and fathers know you are trying to make your kids perfect, and extra piano lessons, extra violin lessons, extra language lessons. Some of this language will never be spoken in our life. So we create this perfect sort of a target. And strangely, this perfect target is almost always out of reach. You know, this is called higher education. You know, more the aim is almost impossible to reach. It's called higher education. And what it does is it makes you constantly have this anguish, anxiety, angst. And then you are almost always disappointed with yourself, because this target is unreachable. And then you are also angry with others. another person or a society or a, I don't know, government or somebody. Okay. Now, let us now work with this mental factor called valuing. Ironically, this is an art of not valuing anything. That is the value. For 5 minutes, we are not going to value our body, our existence, based on all these references. We will just observe, we will just notice, we will just be aware of our body and be aware of our sensation, and also be aware of our environment. So let us do this 3 minutes. You can sit, you can stand, you can walk, however you want. When your mind wanders, come back. And just to remind, or just to tell those who are those who haven't been here past 2-3 days, observe and watch does not mean, analyze. You have a body, be aware of that. You must have a sensation, be aware of that. And you must be in some sort of environment, be aware of that. Let's do this 3 minutes. Okay. As a human being, the most important attribute that we have is this thing called mind. You cannot not have it. A lot of other things we can sort of pause it, but this mind, almost impossible to pause it. It just keeps on thinking of something. It just keeps on noticing something, interpreting something, feeling something. So today, for 2 minutes, I want you to just watch as these thoughts come. If you feel that they are not coming, that is all right. Actually, thinking that there's no thoughts, that's already a thought, okay? All you need to do is just watch the thoughts coming. It's a bit like looking at the sky and the birds coming, flying in, out, clouds gathering, disappearing, that kind of attitude. That's all. No, like if there's a good thoughts, no need to be excited. If bad thoughts, no need to be upset. So let us do that 2 minutes. In your life, there are two really most important things that you have. The two tools, no tools you can compare with these two tools. No other tools can compete with this. Body and the mind. Yet, we pay almost no attention to this. If occasionally we pay attention to our body and mind, it's always in reference to something. Like if you think about your body, usually you may be thinking about a fashion. In reference to fashion, then you think about your body, like too fat, too thin, too tall, not tall. If you think about your mind, you are again using something else, like is intelligent or not, smart or not, confident or not, like that. Never be pay enough attention directly to the body and the mind. With dhyana, this time you are doing it. And this is very important. Okay, thank you.